guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another Aldi haul and it's a pretty decent sized one. We were out of so much. I looked in our fridge yesterday and I was like, okay, we gotta go to the grocery store. Like, it's bad. I don't even know what happened because I feel like I was just at the grocery store, but for whatever reason, we were pretty much completely out of our staples. Our cheese drawer was completely depleted. Like, desperate times. When we're out of cheese, it's a problem. So we restocked today. I also went to Sprouts, which is kind of like an organic store. So I picked up some things for my son. So I'll be sharing some of the meals we're making this week, some ingredients I picked up for our 6-month-old son, Isaac, in case you have young kids and you need like ideas of things to prepare for them. And yeah, it should be a good haul. I did go into the store today with a $100 budget, so I'll let you know at the end if we stuck to that. And with that, let's go ahead and jump into the haul. Oh wait, before we do that, if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you stumbled upon my channel. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like. It really helps my channel out. And if you enjoyed today's video and you want to stick around for more content from me, I would love to have you subscribe and join my YouTube family. On my channel, I primarily do grocery hauls, cooking content, and then I also do like mom lifestyle content as well, like day in the life vlogs. So if you like that kind of stuff, I would love for you to stick around. Now, let's officially get into the grocery haul. I'm gonna do this in 2 phases. I have to pull all my cold stuff out of the fridge, so we'll do the non-perishable items first. So I picked up some nectarines for us to have this week, and I'm gonna plan to prep some of them for Isaac as well, our 6-month-old. So I'll probably end up roasting a couple of them for him to eat because we started baby-led weaning. So soft fruits are pretty easy for him to eat at this point. So I'll plan to make some for him, and then I'll have some nectarines as well. They smell super good, so I'm excited about those. I haven't had any nectarines yet this summer. I picked up some English muffins. I haven't had English muffins in a long time, and I thought that would be good to have for breakfast this week to kind of change things up because I've kind of gotten in a rut with my breakfasts. So I definitely need to try something a little different this week. I picked up some of their baby food. I've actually never tried this for Isaac, but the ingredients look super good. So this is a pear mixed berry and beet with flaxseed. And I'm trying to like pick up baby food that has things in it that I wouldn't normally prepare, and I want him to be trying new foods. So for example, this has beet in it. I personally don't like beets, so I would never cook beets. So I got this so he could be introduced to that. And then if you look on the ingredients side, the ingredients are actually like very, very good. It's organic. So in case you guys don't know, and actually I'm seeing that this is for 9 months plus, so I didn't pay attention to that. So maybe we'll save that one. This one's 6 months plus. So this is pear, blueberry, and spinach. But I've been actually making most of his baby food because for me, it's not that difficult and I have time to do it. And I honestly enjoy doing it, but I do like to have some pouches and jars on hand just in case. Sometimes like it's just more convenient or easy, or for going someplace, it's nice to have these. And my friend was actually telling me this weekend that all these baby foods are rated really high on the scale for baby foods, whatever that rating is. They're actually very, very good, and they were very inexpensive. So I wanted to give those a try. Bell peppers, flour, and fast rising instant yeast. We're going to try to make a homemade pizza this week, so I needed to get new flour. I got some rouse for the sauce, and I also got some bell peppers for that. I feel like I have other ingredients scattered on my counter for that. But the only thing I couldn't find there was pepperoni, so I'll have to pick that up somewhere else. So that's one of our meals for the week. I got some chocolate chips just because we're out of them. Sorry, that's my dishwasher just finished running. I also got some cherry tomatoes for salads. We could also throw that on the pizza. The container like started to open up in my grocery bag. That's why they're opened. I restocked some of our spices. Our cinnamon is expiring soon, so I picked up some cinnamon, and chili powder. We're all out of that, so I picked that up. I love Aldi spices just because they're so inexpensive. This jerk chicken seasoning is not from Aldi. I put it on the counter because we're actually going to be making that for dinner tonight. But I do have chicken thighs in the fridge that I'll pull out that we picked up at Aldi for that dinner. I picked up some unsweetened organic applesauce because I'm going to be meal prepping some muffins for Isaac that I'll talk about in a little bit. So I picked that up for that recipe. Picked up a cantaloupe. Again, I'm trying to really get summer fruits while they're in season, and we haven't had a ton of melons this summer, so I picked that up. It was only $1.69, which I thought was a really good price. So I picked that up. I'm going to do some wraps for lunch this week because we have some ham in the freezer. So picked some spinach wraps up. I picked some potatoes up for dinner tonight. I pulled out a cookbook and found a recipe for this baked potato casserole type thing. So I picked up some potatoes for that. I think I'll also probably boil a potato and puree it almost for Isaac to try this week because he hasn't been introduced to potatoes yet. Some onions for recipes, and I also picked up a can of black olives for our pizza. I also did pick up a couple items from Sprouts, so I'll go ahead and mention those real quickly before we start our cold haul. So the reason I went there is I'm making these muffins for Isaac, and I needed to get oat flour. I'm avoiding wheat at the moment because we're waiting to get him allergy tested. It is pretty common, honestly, for most kids to just start slowly introducing foods that are at risk for allergies. But we're not doing that because I have a peanut allergy. Both my brothers have a peanut allergy. I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but Isaac also has eczema, which can be an indicator of food allergies. So we're just going to wait until he meets with an allergist. But I know he can have oats because he's had oatmeal at this point and he's been good with that. So for a muffin recipe I'm going to substitute oat flour. So I wanted to get that at Sprouts, and I knew Aldi wouldn't have it. So Sprouts, if you're not familiar with it, is kind of like an organic grocery store. It's kind of like a Whole Foods, but a lot smaller. And I tend to not shop there because it's very expensive. But now that we have Isaac, I do think I'll probably run in there a little more often just because they have a lot of organic options. And honestly, their organic produce is priced pretty reasonably. So let me know in the comments, do you guys have a Sprouts? Have you shopped there before? Let me know if there's anything that you really love from there that you can't get other places. I would love to hear your recommendations if you have any. So in addition to the oat flour, I picked up a yellow mango for him to try just because he hasn't had mango. We're trying to do the 100 foods before one challenge. So each week I like to try to pick up something new for him to try. And then I also got a huge sweet potato that I'm going to roast and make a sweet potato puree that's going to go in those muffins. So those are kind of the ingredients that I went into Sprouts for. I think that's all I got from Sprouts, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now back to produce. So you saw the melon already. I picked up a cucumber. Sorry, I thought I heard the baby. I think it was some animal outside. Okay, picked up a cucumber, picked up some romaine for salad. I also don't think I mentioned this before, but I also picked up a bottle of olive oil, which was $5, which I think is a pretty good price for olive oil. I wasn't sure if we had enough for that pizza, so I picked up another bottle of that. I really think I'm going to start getting my olive oil, though, on Thrive Market because I do have a membership to that, and I think it's probably cheaper, honestly, to get it through them. So then I also restocked a ton of cheese because, believe it or not, it's shocking because in our household, we are always well stocked on cheese, and we were literally out of all of our cheese, which I can't remember the last time that's happened. I did a decent restock today because we were just out of so much stuff, but I picked up 2 blocks of mozzarella for pizzas. I also picked up the fresh mozzarella in case we want to put a little bit of that on top of the pizzas. I got the Kraft singles equivalent at Aldi. I don't use these a ton, but occasionally I'll want a grilled cheese. Or if I do a breakfast sandwich at home, with those English muffins, I might put one of those on there. I picked up some sharp cheddar cheese, some pepper jack cheese. I picked up a couple yogurt cups. I have some yogurt in the fridge, but I picked up a little bit extra just to kind of get us through the week. I got some feta cheese for salads, Parmesan cheese for that baked potato casserole recipe. And then I got some shredded Colby Jack cheese. To be honest, I don't super love Aldi shredded cheese. It's probably my least favorite of all the grocery stores. I don't know what it is about it. I just feel like it tastes ultra processed. So I would not recommend. However, I know a lot of people use this stuff and they don't really complain about it. So maybe I'm just super picky. But then I also picked up some cheese slices, Colby Jack, and provolone just to have for sandwiches and whatnot. Okay, I have 2 more cold items I need to pull out of the fridge. And then lastly, we have some meat that I picked up. So as I mentioned earlier, we are going to be having jerk chicken for dinner tonight. So I picked in some bone-in chicken thighs. I feel like that's usually our go-to if we're going to do bone-in chicken. To be honest, we don't do it that much, but when we do, we always do chicken thighs, and these were $7.38, which I thought was a pretty good price. I think there's about 6 chicken thighs in here, so we'll have plenty for tonight, and we'll likely have some leftovers for tomorrow for lunch. And then I also picked up a sirloin steak, which was, I think the price is on the back. I think it was like $10 for 1.29 pounds, so not terrible. So this is actually going to be a slow cooker recipe I'm making, which I'm going to like cut this up, and I have an au jus gravy packet in my pantry and beef broth, and it's kind of going to be like a beef and gravy. We'll probably serve it over mashed potatoes since I have that bag of potatoes that I picked up. So that's going to be our dinner tomorrow. And I also picked up some whipped cream. I forgot about this. This is like the disadvantage of putting my groceries away first, because then I forget what I bought. But we got this. We have some Jell-O in the fridge, and then I also like to use this on my coffee. And some of you guys like to see the individual items and their prices, so I always show my receipt at the end. You can just hit pause if you'd like to review them. And then my total price was under $100, which I was super happy about. It was $97.37. And then I did have the Sprouts order, and that was, I want to say like $6. So that did put us slightly over budget, but for the most part, we stuck to the $100 budget. That wraps up the video today. I was so happy we could pretty much stick to our budget, because we are really trying to budget and save money on groceries as much as possible, especially now that we have a baby. And I hope that you guys all enjoyed the haul. Again, if you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. I would love for you to hit that subscribe button if you're new, and join me in the future for more videos. And until next time, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.
Mm-hmm.